if not texted her every single day. I'm just really happy for her, and like everything Coach Hammond says about her is just so true. And every single person that played at Iowa and was around our program like knows that to be true. She's the ultimate teammate. She's the ultimate person, ultimate leader. She's going to do whatever she can for her team. Just
At a time when the WNBA is reinventing itself, one name emerges to mark the beginning of a new era. Kate Martin leaves Aja Wilson's and the Las Vegas Aces and is officially wearing the Golden State Valkyries uniform.
I'm really excited for this new beginning and to build something from the ground up here with the Valkyries.
Imagine a rookie team, but not just any team. An ambitious franchise, hungry for victories and ready to break patterns. The next generation of the WNBA is ready to dominate next season. Get ready to witness a spectacle where rising stars will change the course of the game for good. Kate Martin's arrival at the Golden State Valkyries isn't just a roster addition, it's a declaration of new intent.
Yeah, honestly, my focus has just been getting better. I mean, all around. I had a decent rookie season, but I just know something that's really cool about me is that my ceiling is very high. So
the WNBA had gone years without major expansion, and the Valkyries awaken at a crucial moment where every strategic move can redefine the competition's future. Kate Martin, previously underestimated, now finds the perfect stage to shine. A young team, solid in its purpose, a fan base hungry for novelty, and the opportunity to become the big name of a franchise that's barely off the paper but already carries high expectations. At the end of the last expansion draft, it became clear that Martin wouldn't be alone. The Valkyries not only selected her, but signaled that their plan is to form a core of players who, when in sync, can dictate the rhythm of competition. If Martin's presence in the Golden State Valkyries is already a sign of revolution, what can we expect from the impact of other promises for next season, like Caitlin Clark, to shake up the league's structures again? It's impossible to talk about renewal in the WNBA without mentioning Caitlin Clark. Expected to break more records next season, Clark embodies the explosive potential of the new generation. Her offensive ability is as remarkable as her game intelligence. Her last rookie season already left veterans wide-eyed, especially Aja Wilson, who has been dominating the league. Next season, I think Caitlin will be MVP. After all, Clark's impact goes beyond numbers. She brings the confidence and attitude necessary to face the current league stars as equals.
Three players in double figures. Clark again with another three!
If Kate Martin is now the Valkyries' driving force, Clark represents the relentless momentum of a generation that won't wait its turn, that wants to make its mark in the first year. Together, they symbolize the beginning of a new era in which the WNBA will become more unpredictable, intense, and global. If these young players are already igniting expectations, how will other franchises adapt to this new scenario? The Golden State Valkyries doesn't want to be an ordinary team. Arriving with pomp and circumstance, the franchise begins to forge its identity with names like Kate Martin. But the key isn't just having exceptional talent, but forming a system where these players can evolve together, elevating the roster's competitiveness. With over 20,000 season ticket deposits, the Valkyries already shows they have a fan base ready to embrace the WNBA's new chapter. And this fan base expects to see intense, fast, and creative basketball, something that Kate Martin, with her versatility, can provide. If the Valkyries is building an empire of talent, what does this mean for traditional teams and established league stars? With Kate Martin's emergence and the promise of another historic season from Caitlin Clark, league veterans can no longer afford to relax. Current MVP Aja Wilson, for example, already feels the pressure of this new phase. Although Wilson has established a solid reign, there's no longer a guarantee she'll keep her throne without a fight. The new stars come with a thirst for prominence, and internal competition tends to become even fiercer. These rookies' presence affects not only the status of more experienced players, but also the tactical structure of traditional teams. Teams that dominated the scene now need to innovate to avoid being overtaken. The impact of Kate Martin, Clark, and other promises isn't limited to one or two games. It's a paradigm shift, a reminder that the WNBA is moving toward an era of constant competition. While veterans strive to maintain their supremacy, how will classic franchises react to the power of these players determined to conquer everything? Previously, the league was more predictable, with some franchises dominating and few surprises emerging each season. Now, however, the scenario is volatile. Traditional strategies might become obsolete in the face of these young athletes' agility and creativity. the very format of scouting and player development tends to change. Teams are investing more in data analysis, early observation of college talents, and modern game systems, all to keep up with the pace set by this new generation. This change is certainly due to Caitlin Clark. What she did last season simply changed everything. Now everyone is anxious for what's next. But what can we expect from this next season when these forces actually collide on the courts? Games like Fever against Aces, Fever against Chicago Sky. The approaching season promises to be one of the most exciting in WNBA history. Kate Martin already plants her flag with the Valkyries, ready to transform the team into a dangerous contender right from their debut. Caitlin Clark, in turn, awaits her moment to enter the scene and unbalance any previous calculations about favorites. Angel Reese, in turn, also wants to enter the scene. With these players leading the way, games become more strategic, gaining greater drama, and the MVP race ceases to be a closed duel between few figures. Now, anything is possible. Young stars can lift trophies, establish records, and, mainly, redefine the notion of who rules the WNBA. There's a feeling that the league is about to cross a portal of intensity and unpredictability. And if this season is just the beginning of transformation, how will the WNBA present itself in coming years, with this new crop of stars at the forefront? With Kate Martin's incorporation into the Valkyries and the hype created around Caitlin Clark with her new coach, Stephanie White, the WNBA welcomes a generation of players who aren't content being supporting actors. They want center stage, the spotlight, the awards, and the glory. And this momentum benefits the sport as a whole, elevating the level of competition, attracting new fans, and expanding the league's reach. The future holds not only fierce disputes, but also more investment, greater visibility, and perhaps an even more pronounced globalization of women's basketball. With so many transformations, one last question remains. How will the old legends and the public receive this storm of young talent? Will it be like last season, where Caitlin suffered several brutal fouls and provocations? I believe nothing will go that far. Even while suffering in her rookie season, she already delivered a lot. Imagine now with more confidence. And for those who criticized her at the beginning, they must now applaud, because the league changed more in 1 year than in the last 20 years, thanks to Caitlin. Given this scenario, there's no room for resistance to renewal. The WNBA has always been a stage for great stars, but now witnesses the birth of an era where Kate Martin, Caitlin Clark, and other rookies don't just want their place in the sun, but demand it vehemently. And the league only stands to gain from this. More engagement, more rivalries, more memorable stories. If before the dominance of a few figures was uncontested, from now on, any player who dreams of the top will need to fight tooth and nail. The public, in turn, has the best position in this imaginary grandstand, that of witnessing an unprecedented evolution full of surprises and twists. There's no doubt that next season will be remembered as the moment when the WNBA embraced a new cycle. If you don't want to miss anything, subscribe to the channel as there's a lot of good stuff coming.